Hi, I'm Diane. Welcome to Magic Moon Farms. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what makes someone a horsewoman or a horseman. I think there's a pretty specific criteria if you want to call yourself a horseman or a horsewoman. This came up recently in some discussions. We are starting a small breeding business. That's part of how Magic Moon Farms came into existence, because we decided we wanted to breed some quality horses on a limited basis. And in looking at other breeders out there, some of them are claiming to be experienced horsemen or experienced horsewomen, and I beg to differ with that. If you are a breeder and that's all you do is breed, then you can call yourself a breeder, but I don't think you can classify yourself as a horseman or a horsewoman. And this is why. If you want to apply the horseman or horsewoman title to yourself, you need versatility. Just like the Arabian horses that we are in the process of planning to breed, they are a very versatile breed. A horseman or a horsewoman needs to have that versatility. That means that you need to do the research on what lines you want to breed for either specific disciplines or whatever the goal is of your breeding program. In addition to breeding, a horseman or a horsewoman should also be able to ride. How can you call yourself a horseman or a horsewoman if you can't ride a horse? That's just kind of a ludicrous concept. And you also need to be able to train. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to take your horse and train it to go to a show, but you've got to be able to halt or break your horse. You should have the skill set to start your own horses under saddle. And then if you want to go into a direction for a particular discipline, yes, most certainly you would hire a trainer for that. But if you're going to call yourself a horseman, you need to be well-rounded. You need to be able to check off all of those boxes. It's not just, I'm breeding horses, so I'm a horseman or I'm a horsewoman. It's not, I'm riding horses, so I'm a horseman or horsewoman. Well, not exactly. You're an equestrian. That doesn't make you an all-around horseman or horsewoman, because you're not venturing forward into looking what it takes to breed horses for whatever purpose that might interest you. Similarly, just because you're riding horses, you can't really call yourself a horseman or a horsewoman if you're not also looking at adding some training into that. So to call oneself a horseman or horsewoman, you need to be well-rounded in those aspects. I think I would also have to add to that, you also need to be able to have the experience to keep your horses, to be able to feed them correctly, to be able to understand correct concepts in pasturing your horses for their best health, physical and mental. So it's not just picking one particular thing to do with horses and being able to call yourself a horseman or a horsewoman. There's a whole lot of different factors that go into being able to claim that title for yourself. And I'm not trying to put anyone down who just rides horses and that's what they want to do. Well, great. I'm not putting anyone down who just wants to breed horses, and that's fine too. But get the terms right. Don't just, I'm a horseman. Well, no, you're a breeder because that's what you do. I'm a horseman. Well, no, you're an equestrian because you like to ride, and that's pretty much all you do. That's where your focus is. Terminology is really important. So if you want to be a horseman or a horsewoman, then that means you are all around. It means you're going to venture forth, and you're going to be able to tick the boxes off in all of the different aspects of being that all-around horse person that you are claiming the title to. Anyone who wants to add their 2 cents, please feel free. I'd love to hear from you. If you've got an opinion one way or the other, I'm all ears. Would love to listen, love to discuss it. And again, I'm not disparaging anyone for choosing to just be an equestrian, or just be a trainer, or just be a breeder, or just be a stable manager, or what have you. But don't use the term unless you honestly walk the walk and not just talk the talk. I hope I've given you something to think about. And if you have any topics that you'd like to hear me babble on about, please shoot me a text or a message or an email or some sort thing. But thanks for listening, and eventually I will get my ring light and my stand so that I can set up the phone and start recording my work, training the horses and brushing the horses and fixing the fence and creating the round pen and all these fun things that we're doing around the farm. Anyway, thanks again. It's been great visiting with you, and heels down, toes up, and make sure you get in plenty of wet saddle pads. Thanks. Bye-bye.